Hey, it's AP Experiment. Welcome back. This is Rainbow Six Extraction. I decided to solo queue again into Nelson Protocol. I went blind this week as there was no real actual, real severe support character, so I went with the best that I could go with. I went with blind just because I love his ability to be able to scan the teams. It's very, very useful. Very awesome. I love his guns, as you can tell. I've made sure to put my laser beam on him so he has a little beam on the side of his pistol. I thought that was very, very cool. And then on his HK417, I have I forget what the name of the camo is, or the name of the skin bundle, but it is a chrome type of aesthetic. So I went with that. That was kind of cool. I believe I did this before I made my last video, which is where I showed off, the HK with no scope on it. So my HK does have a scope in this gameplay, but from henceforth, I'm probably going to actually run the HK without the scope, just because it does look more amazing, and it seems to be a lot more useful to me. So, moving forward, you will be seeing that. I already pre-recorded a couple hours of footage, so this is just that footage. Prior to that, I did want to show off the HK without a scope before I did show the rest of the footage, so that's really what this is you're just seeing the footage that happened right before I did my test of taking off the scope. And over the course of the next week or so, you'll probably see other videos go up where I'm testing other weapons without the scope on them, just because I want to see what that versatility is. I want to see which guns are really versatile with and without the scope, or which guns really do need the scope to be very, very good. My aim is obviously not that great, as I've said in many other videos, so obviously if I do good with a gun with no scope on it, probably anybody with better aim than me is probably going to do amazing with it. I just really like testing and tinkering, so yes, it's probably much easier to play the game with the scopes on the gun as it is like the base setting. But I like to test and tinker, so of course I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to see what it looks like. What I do know is that the only scope that I really do not like is the 3x scope that you get for the HK417. I do not like that sight by any means. The inbound sight time is crazy. It's very, very, very slow. It's extremely too zoomed in for the pace of the game, in my opinion, just because everything is kind of coming at you. Now, if I was playing this ultra slow and stealthy, and I was like peeking a corner, shooting something far down a hallway, then yes, the 3x would be very effective. But to me, in the pace that I move, it's not very effective for me. So that's the one scope I'm probably never going to see on my guns, or if you do see it, I'll most likely mess up the setup. Because I do not like that scope by any means. So yeah, that was just a head up for future content. This is just me kind of solo queued. I had already took way too much damage, and it was revived Archaeans on the buyout queue, which is the second objective. So I knew I was pretty much screwed, because revived Archaeans is literally like the bane of my existence in this game. As I said, my aim is not that amazing, and this requires you to basically hit the weak spot, which for most of the Archaeans is their head. And I'm shooting a pistol in this one, so it's not very helpful. Of course, when you do down them, they do go down, so you can just kind of walk over and shoot them in the chest. But at the rate that I normally get Archaeans, I'm fighting 3 or 4 Archaeans at a time, meaning I really don't have time to walk over them and shoot them in the face. But of course, I was landing my shots here pretty decently. It wasn't crazy, but it was pretty decent. I made sure to. I got the first one pretty easily, and then I had to kind of walk over this one and shoot him in the face. And then I realized there was too many, and I tried to back up, which was already a mistake. At this point, I really should have pushed out the HK417, but I was being stubborn. I was really being stubborn. That was kind of the problem there. I honestly should have pushed up the AK-47 so I was really dedicated to trying to be silent right there. But I knew what I was supposed to do. As you see, I pulled it out, but it was too little, too late. I got dropped. So that just leaves my teammates. My teammates make the decision, you know what? I'm down. They don't really want to try to push on without me, which is actually surprising, because since they I mean, they didn't have great health either, but I would have thought they would have at least tried to finish the objective. They seem to basically pick the FPV line for the extraction point, which is understandable completely. Nobody wants to their operators to get on my end, so they decided to extract. We're seeing that. Another day, another gameplay, another great game on Rainbow Six Extraction.
Pioneer could use some new intel. We're not giving up.